but I remember like looking at Altuve on the on deck circle, and he's like, Suave, like, and I'm like, you're right, he has wings right now.
This episode is brought to you by TEXADELPHIA. Hey Noah, you ever been to the TEXADELPHIA?
Yeah, actually, I've been to both of their locations, one in Memorial, one in Galveston. It's a great place.
Great food. Home of the original Texas cheesesteak. And not only that, they have Amoroso hoagie rolls, along with Liberty Bell cheesesteak meat flown in from Philly. They have signature sauces, salsa, guacamole, and their world-famous queso, made from scratch, in-house daily.
Yeah, and also, you know me, I love having every game on possible, and they have 30-plus TVs, the entire sports package. There's not a game they don't have.
On top of all of that, they have a great environment. They have an expansive dog-friendly patio with live music on Friday nights, great green space for kids to run around and play on, and a full bar with liquor, beer, wine, and signature cocktails, along with their TEXADELPHIA ranch water.
And also they have a private room that can be rented out for your end-of-season parties, your fantasy drafts, team watch parties, the whole thing. You know, there's so many reasons to go out to TEXADELPHIA. It's a phenomenal place. We know you'll enjoy it. And they're also a big part of this show now. So
if you like the sound of all of that, please visit TEXADELPHIA.com. I repeat, TEXADELPHIA.com, home of the original Texas cheesesteak. Cheers and cheesesteaks.
McCormick hits one deep to left center field, all the way back, and that ball's gone! Chaz McCormick, his first Major League home run!
What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of Beyond the Diamond podcast here on the Apollo Podcast Network. Brian Lima, Apollo Dez, Chaz McCormick joining us today. Houston Astros outfielder from, Westchester, Pennsylvania.
Yep, Westchester, Pennsylvania.
My man is a 76ers fan that we were just talking about. How's that Harden trade looking for you guys as we start here on Beyond the Diamond?
I mean, Phil, a bunch of my friends are super excited. I mean, we all work out together at a place in Philadelphia, and honestly, all we talk about is the Harden trade and how much we dislike Ben Simmons, but we're pretty excited for it. I mean, I seem like Houston had a little problem with James Harden, but hopefully we don't have any issues with him.
A little problem. I mean,
hey, he did score a lot of points for us.
I mean, he did a lot for the city and he did a lot for the organization, but I don't know. I just think we're not going to dig into it. We got a rocket side that can handle all that, but just
did you know this though?
What's that?
High quality research right here. Chazzy, 1,000 career points in basketball, according to Wikipedia.
Yeah.
So baller on and off the court and on the diamond.
I love basketball.
You hit the hardwood. What was that, all the way through high school?
Yeah, it was all the way through high school. Freshman year, I made varsity, and then
Flex.
Yeah, played all 4 years and played with my twin brother actually as well. And he actually ended up playing college basketball at a small Division III school. So he actually didn't reach 1,000 points like I did because he made varsity sophomore year, but he ended up actually scoring more points than me senior year. I averaged like 18. He was averaged like 22. He was a bucket.
What were you, the floor general, point guard, shooting guard?
I was definitely not a shooting guard. I could get to the rack, but I could not shoot. My twin brother was more of the shooting guard.
I mean, you guys had to, obviously the twin aspect, the brother aspect. You guys had to be chirped like from every high school in the state, right? Because it's just two brothers just destroying teams and racking points.
Yeah. No, it was fun, because obviously we're twins, so we kind of were thinking alike and we were on the same page. And it was also cool because he was a righty and I was a lefty. So they'd be like, perfect. Force him left, force him right. Like they wouldn't know which one to force left or force right.
That's sick. Let's just jump into it. D2, come through the grind of that to the show. I mean, that's a testament of you as a ball player itself, but you want to let the fans know just kind of what that D2 grind was like. Obviously you had a hell of a career. But looking back, I played NAIA ball, Brian played D3 ball, and D3. Those are like the best times. Obviously you were just in the World Series, but looking back, those had to be some fun times for you, right?
No. Yeah. We had a really good program at Millersville University. It's in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I knew there's a great coach that made us work hard and they were kind of on the rise. My oldest brother that usually talk to, Ryan, he went to the World Series with them in 2011. so heard good things. They were kind of on the rise. And then I got in there in 2014, and ended up starting my freshman year. Ended up being an All-American my junior year. And my junior year was really when we kind of made a name for ourselves. We went to the Division II World Series, lost in the national championship to Nova Southeastern. We went like 55-6 or something. And we had like four kids get drafted that year too. So, and then eventually I got drafted my senior year. But I mean, yeah, they were great days, and loved playing at Millersville.
So you were a senior sign, correct?
Yeah, I was.
So senior sign, going into rookie ball, did you really think being a senior sign, coming from a Division II, obviously a really good Division II, but the notion playing Division II, Division III, those guys, few and far between, make it up to the show. And here you are, fresh off of going to a World Series with the Houston Astros. You spent 4 years in the minor leagues.
Yeah.
I mean, did you ever think when you got drafted that you would get to this point? Obviously, you got confidence in your ability, but at some point, you got to be a realist, man. So what was the mindset when you did get drafted coming out of Millersville as a senior sign?
Yeah. I mean, coming out of Millersville senior year, getting drafted, to be realistic, like you said, I didn't think I had a shot in the big leagues. I knew, they're giving me opportunity, being a senior sign, and I'm, I thought I was like, I could do all right in the minor leagues, but, reaching to the show, especially with the Astros, how dominant they've been for the past couple years. I was kind of like, man, like, is this, am I going to be able to make it to the top? And I knew, as a senior sign, you don't have all the time in the world to just sit in the minor leagues and just wait for your opportunity. It's basically, if you're with the organization, especially as a senior sign, you got 3-4 years to show what you got. And then, but, after the 3-4 years is up, and if you're not making any progress, you'll get traded or released. So, I played with a little urgency as a senior sign.
What was the day like when you got the call? Can you walk us through that?
Yeah, it was, so it was 2020 postseason, sitting in a hotel. I was hanging out with Miles Straw, Nick Tanalou, Alex DeGote,
Nick Tanalou. Yeah, that's funny.
And even like the week before, our coach Espada came up to me and was like, "Hey, Chaz, I don't think we're going to need you this playoff." So, and it was like the end of the regular season against the Rangers. And cause I was just on the taxi team hanging. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I kind of thought that you guys are pretty loaded, obviously. So basically just telling me like, I wasn't gonna get caught up, but then literally a week later, sitting in the hotel, day before the first game of playoffs, Dusty Baker, Joe Espada called me and said, hey, you made the 40-man roster. You're with us for this playoff ride. And I picked up the phone and I was like, holy crap, like looked at Tanalou, Straw, DeGote. And then I kind of was like, I got to go to my room. I got to call my parents, my girlfriend. And yeah, it was pretty sweet.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah. I mean, now you're just taking daddy hacks at the plate at the bbig league level.
Yeah.
I mean, we put it up on the board for you because you don't get cheated up there, man. That's one of my favorite things about you. I know you get I don't know if you know, you get a lot of comparisons to Astros great and Hall of Famer Jeff Bagwell with the hacks that you take.
Yeah, I can. That's a great compliment. I mean, watching him hit is pretty impressive. And yeah, I mean, I should just shorten the swing a little bit. I thought my strikeouts were a little up, but at the same time, yeah, I try not to get cheated, try to put some like good swings on balls. And, but yeah, having that comparison is obviously pretty cool.
Just up there hunting fastballs or what?
Yeah, I'm pretty much hunting fastballs and then adjusting to off speed. But yeah, most of the time I'm looking dead red fastball. And if I just make adjustments each pitch, if I'm late, if I'm early, I with some of my big swings I do try to shorten up, especially with 2 strikes. But I got to have a little better plate discipline at times, but we'll go from there.
I mean, on Twitter,
I'm here for it, man.
On Twitter, we're championing for the daddy hacks. Like we're up there just like we take fucking hacks, we hunt fastballs, and let's just go green light. And no, it's great. I mean, last year, 14 tanks in the show, and I think like 280 something at bats.
Yeah.
That's a strong sample size. I mean, there's players that come in the league and have glimpses of power, but 14's fucking great. And so, kind of just, is this a mentality? I think about it that there's no easy outs in y'all's lineup.
Mhm.
When you look through it 1 through 9, it's so damn tough. You have protection all up and down the lineup. You have all stars protecting you. You have all Major League Baseball MVPs, runner-up MVPs, all up in the lineup. That's got to not ease the nerves for you, but that's got to give some sort of confidence when you come to play, because you know that guy behind you is going to pick you up no matter what.
Yeah. No, that was my next point. I mean, you guys are spot on. Being in that kind of lineup, obviously, like, these pitchers have to go through Altuve, Bregman, Brantley, Correa first, and those guys warm out, I'm sure, and then they get to the bottom of the order.
Yeah.
So obviously these pitchers are gassed by the time they face me.
It's crazy. It's crazy to think that you got a lineup like you just said, but then you got Jordan, then you got Yuli, then you have you, and then you sprinkle in
Kyle Tucker,
yeah,
MVP probably
at somewhere where dude can literally hit lead off two. I mean, he can hit anywhere in the lineup. So I mean, it's just a gauntlet of a lineup.
No, yeah, and coming into this 2021 season, when I broke with the team, I'm not saying like I would have done really, really well, but I would have been surprised if I didn't hit well being in this type of lineup. So, having that protection, like you guys said, and hitting behind those kind of all-star caliber players, it takes the ease off. And even seeing those guys be in the playoffs previous years, it was cool to actually see. At the end of the year, we kind of struggled as an offense, but it was cool to see right when we hit the playoffs, we kind of just went off, just like knowing that those guys have been there so many times. So like it was just like another game to them. And that was my first postseason in my rookie year, so it was just it was eased into it.
Do you think being on the taxi squad and then getting the call in 2020, obviously there was no crowds in the playoffs, but just that experience of how all those outs are magnified and that roster logging so many innings, it's just another game, like you said. Do you think that helps you this year? And then obviously that's going to help you build off that for the rest of your career?
No, yeah. It was cool to, get that 2020 call up and kind of like witness it on the bench, the playoffs. You got to watch George Springer. And I didn't play any minor league games, and so I was a bit nervous kind of like being on the playoff roster because I didn't play a real game at all summer. And maybe if I had 100 minor league games in, I would have felt a little more comfortable. But again, there was no fans in the stands. And I do think it helped me kind of, obviously I didn't play at all in the 2020 postseason, but it helped me, coming in the next year around. It got me kind of more focused and got me ready. And I kind of understood the game a little more and the big league life.
Yeah. So when you go back to the 2020 season, you go through that postseason, it's in the bubble, so to speak. There's no fans in the stands. Completely different world, different season, only 60 games. Yeah. And then you fast forward into 2021, packed stadiums. You're getting yelled at that you're a cheater. That you're chirps. Yeah, a little bit of chirps that you're a cheater, Chaz McCormick, even though you were in the minor leagues.
Chaz was dropping dimes in Westchester when anything.
Chaz is throwing alley-oops in a rec league on his offseason. You're getting called a cheater. But then you go into the playoffs. The Astros make a deep run. Unfortunately, you guys didn't win it, but you still get back to the World Series. Comparing the two seasons, just take me through the mindset. What was there had to be like a oh shit moment where you're like, God damn, this place is packed, it's rocking. And then you go to Atlanta, that place is rocking. I'm sure all kinds of shit was being talked to me. What was the biggest what was the biggest oh shit moment for you comparing those two seasons?
I mean, the only difference was having fans in the stands. But I just think having a full year in the big leagues before we hit the playoffs this year helped me a lot. I thought I was in a lot of big situations and a lot of packed crowds, on the road or even home. Obviously in the beginning of the year with going to New York and in the middle of the year going to Los Angeles Dodgers Stadium, those places, it was hectic. It was chaos. But I think that just seeing the Correas and Bregmans and Altuves, they loved that. I thought they thrived off it, and it was fun to play behind them. It really was. And yeah, just knowing that we had fans in the stands this 21 season, I was like, okay, it's going to be chaos. This is the first time they get to scream at us, the Astros. But playing behind those guys and hearing all the stuff they got, but like watching them thrive through the moment. And obviously that's a great lineup we had. So like we weren't backing down to anyone. But it was pretty surreal to have those two different kind of seasons, the 20, even though I was only there for the postseason 2020, but then having the full year in 21. And then, watching them lose in Game 7 of the ALCS, even them making that comeback, and then us making it to the World Series this year. I mean, it almost seemed like there wasn't a different mindset for those guys, at least.
I think the one thing that I just picked up on is what you said when I asked you the question about the difference in the two seasons. All you said, it was just the fans. I think the biggest underrated fact about the Astros when it comes to the team that's still around today is that you guys have been there, done that type thing. So these hostile crowds, whoever you're facing in Game 3, Game 7 in the playoffs, regular season, it doesn't matter because you have so many veterans still on the team, so many guys that have had so much experience. And even that's going into your third big league season, you're sitting here telling us that, the only difference really is the fans. I mean, you could have said a whole different answer to us, but that just it speaks volumes about the clubhouse that you guys have.
Yeah. I mean, these guys have won 5 ALCSs in a row. So knowing that and then again watching us turn it on the playoffs this year and kind of just I remember just sitting back, the kind of oh shit moment. We won the ALCS and we're all celebrating, especially the rookies like Siri, Myers, and I. And then we're all dancing. And I see Correa just in Brantley and Altuve kind of just, it's another game. They're just sitting back, eating their food, like letting like kind of us enjoy the moment because they've been there, done that multiple times. And it was kind of cool.
And that team is still around. Don't know what Carlos Correa is going to do, obviously, but still, you've got the core Justin Verlander's back going into this season. I mean, it's an exciting time, especially for us and you as a professional baseball player. But been there, done that is a lot of the casual fan doesn't understand that, right? I mean,
I think the unique thing too, and you're part of Platoon, right? With Jake and Jose. Yeah. How do you stay engaged? Obviously, you're going to be the coaches have a game plan and everything like that, but there's times where it's a grind. 162 already is just a marathon. But how do you stay engaged when the platoon's in play and all that? Because there's a million chess games within the chess game of baseball each game. So how do you stay engaged?
It's tough, but it's we just have a really good organization. You got a lot of good players in this organization, and it's you just got to stay prepared. And like you said, I mean, 162 games is a marathon. So there's so many games that anything can happen, and especially with COVID going on, that anyone can get a start. Anyone can get their time to shine, their opportunity. And being on a World Series team like the Houston Astros, you have to stay engaged, and you can't be selfish about the platooning, and you have to be blessed with what the situation you're in, because you're playing with a bunch of good players. Everyone's in the big leagues for a reason, and even in the minor league organization, you got tons of guys itching to get up there. And I think Astros have done a great job with still being one of the best teams in the AL, but also keep having some great minor league players and making the right moves, whenever they need to make a trade or not. But, you always have to stay prepared, especially with being on one of the best teams in the AL. Doesn't matter if you're platooning, you can't be selfish, and you got to just take a day at a time.
I love that. It's pretty unique, right? Our company's fairly young. Your career is fairly young so far in the show. But when you look back from 1,000 feet, you have the COVID, the bubble, the sprint, and then the full year. And now your off season, there's this lockout, whatever it is.
Exactly.
It's just been, it's not normal. It's never been normal for your span. So what are you doing? Are you just crushing Netflix and gaming, and what are we doing when we're not working out, getting ready for the season?
Yeah, tons of Netflix, playing a little bit of Fortnite.
Big Fortnite guy.
Yeah, I'm a big Fortnite guy. I'm not gonna lie. But
we got a game. You can carry the squad. Well, we're really good. Getting shot at, and you can be a hero.
Yeah, no, put the team on my back. I'm ready to go.
Let's go.
Yeah, I know. Tucker's really good. I play with Straw sometimes, But yeah, it's mostly just Netflix, video games, hang out with my girlfriend. But yeah, again, it's just a weird, like the past couple of years, it's been weird with the COVID and the scandal. My first big league invite was 2020. So that was the first time media was available to us. And then 21's the first time people in the stands. And then this whole lockout. So we're in limbo again, just like it was last year in 2020 with the COVID. It's been crazy.
Just welcome to the show. That's all it is. Just welcome to the show, meet.
Yeah, here you go. Here you go, bud. Make sure you get it figured out.
Yeah, let's go.
So let's say the lockout gets figured out this week and you get ready to go to spring training. And, one of the things that you said when we first started Beyond the Diamond was you thought your strikeouts were a little bit up. Dez brought up you hit 14 jacks.
Yeah.
As far as your approach to the plate, you say you like to hunt a lot of fastballs. What's the biggest thing that you're looking forward to making an adjustment with your approach going into spring training? If and when it gets settled and figured out and you guys do report to camp, what's kind of one of the things that you'll work on this spring training and then going into the season?
Yeah. I had a pretty crappy spring training but before I actually broke with the team. So I kind of want to come off strong this year and be ready to go, but that's just kind of preparation. But I just need to walk a little more and strike out less, which can do a lot of things. I can have better plate discipline, or I have to make better adjustments at the same time. In my first half in the big leagues, I had 10 home runs, and then the second half, pitchers started to kind of know what to throw me, and I didn't make adjustments, and so my OPS went a little down. But I just need to make adjustments. I need to, there's a lot of, you're playing against grown men, so they know exactly how to, I was new, I was a rookie, so they didn't know how to kind of attack me. But this time, based on my second year, it's going to be a little tougher because they kind of have a scouting report on me. But, there's a lot of things: plate discipline, my 2-strike approach, even just shortening up my swing a little bit. I know you guys like daddy hacks, but and
I'll still sell that. We can still sell that. We can sell
what
short and swing.
What I really love is I just really love a quality at bat.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Look, hold on. What were you gonna say?
No, quality plate appearances are huge. They
give
put
me
you
a Q, baby. Let's go. Give me a Q.
He's a big batting average guy still. That was my question. This is my question.
Stop.
With all this analytics in the world, all these numbers being thrown. Look, we all played. We all didn't go to school to play school. We played ball at school. What are we doing with all the numbers and all this data presented to you? Are you just taking what you like and picking and choosing, or you're just like Brian, who's like batting average guy?
It's not a batting average. Just give me a quality at bat. You hit a dinger, good.
Yeah,
you walk, 8-pitch.
Yeah, I try to keep baseball as simple as possible with all like the analytics and all that. It makes it tough to play.
Put another one on the board.
Yeah. So, but obviously the batting average thing isn't very important, as everyone thinks. But it kind of depends what kind of baseball player you are. There's a lot of different kind of guys out there. But what I look for is OPS. I think OPS is kind of one of the bigger. If you have an 800 OPS or above, like you're doing something right in the big leagues.
Hell
or
yeah.
you're like Mike Trout and have above 1,000, and you're just like,
that's a different dude.
Man, I just want to see him as far as from a pure baseball standpoint. Like, can we get Mike Trout healthy so we can see him for a full season?
Exactly.
You guys have the best ticket. You get to see Shohei and Trout.
No, I'm telling you, in the beginning of the year, that lineup with Trout, Ohtani, and Rendon, but again, it goes to my next point where this season is so long that even if they take off 20 games, or instead of starting the playoffs on October 3rd, start at September 3rd, take a month off season. I know we're taking a pay cut, but then you'd be able to have the Mike Trouts play. Like, you got Mike Trout only playing 90 games. I don't know. People do want to watch, all those guys play, but it's such a marathon, like you said, that.
Yeah. Speaking of Shohei Ohtani, what was up on throwing him out long hop, no hop in extra innings this past season? That would feel pretty good.
That was one of my better games I've played. But yeah, that was, I knew he was tagging up. I knew he could run. But I was playing so short on the right field line, so I didn't even have to throw it really that hard. I just knew how to put it right to Castro. But no, that was a cool play to save the game, and I liked how McCullers came up to me, was hyping me up. It was cool. It was sweet.
That's sick. What
Yeah.
we asked Derek Fisher this, and so you can give, since we're recording, a PG answer. But what's one of the craziest things you've heard this past season? Not like the insults, but just something that like was funny or made you like turn around and be like, okay, that was actually pretty good.
Yeah, we asked Ryan Stanek as well. He gave us some pretty good
Yeah, no, that's a good question. I think just
you don't have to keep it PG if you don't want. It's
No,
just us here.
Yeah, it's just us.
It's
Just
just us here.
guys being dudes hanging out.
we're in the clubhouse. No, I got it.
Yeah, exactly.
I would just say just what we heard from the fans this year. I mean, I just heard a bunch of fuck yous and middle fingers and like right in your face. Just and like even in when I was playing, we were playing the White Sox in the playoffs. Myers gets hurt in the first inning. I come in and playing, and it's like the 6th inning, and I'm in center field, and I hear a loud bang right behind me, and it's a trash can thrown off like the 3rd floor from top center field. And I was like, "Oh my gosh, that almost hit me." But that was super scary. I was like, "What is going on? Where are we
doing? What are we doing here?"
Yeah, it's South Side. I was like, "Good
Southside's
Lord."
wild, dude.
Hey,
Yeah,
that,
was wild, man.
that Sunday night game that they stole, the only game they got when they
Yeah.
did the lights, that was pretty fun. Cool.
No, yeah, playing playoffs there is one of the coolest experiences. I remember my girlfriend going, and she was like, "That place was absolutely nuts, just with the lights flickering on and off, and they're all in black, and yeah, it's a wild atmosphere."
That was the game that Yasmani Grandal ran up the line.
Yeah,
Yuli has a bang bang play, contact plays on. Yuli comes through the baseball, throws. It was going to be a strike right on the plate, and then Yasmani Grandal throws the elbow
Little
out,
chicken wing.
and
Yeah.
got away with it. I mean, good for him for doing it. I mean,
but that was stupid. How do you get away with it? It's like,
yeah, that's just yeah. I mean, talking about umpires is probably a conversation for like a whole week that we can talk about,
Yeah,
but we won't.
true.
But the simple fact that he got away with that shit, like I was fucking furious.
I was,
And we talked about it on Beyond the Diamond, like during our coverage, and I about had an aneurysm because games like that and moments like that could literally change the entire fucking series. And they let it.
Yeah.
So I'm getting fired up again. They let it happen. It's just crazy. We got all the technology in the goddamn world.
Oh, now you're pro technology,
and we can't review that.
Yeah, how do you miss that? No, I don't know. I thought the same thing.
It's crazy, man. I don't know, man.
What about the walk-off hit by pitch? Look, your career's just so unique already.
Yeah, no. Again, like playing in some big situations, but yeah, it was weird. It was 0-2, and I was coming off the bench, so like my swing just like I didn't feel that comfortable up there. But it's Clippard from the Diamondbacks, and he's throwing me like change-ups or something. I have no idea. Like, my swing just does not feel good. I'm taking big swings, but I remember like looking at Altuve on the on deck circle, and he's like, it's like, suave, like. And I'm like, right, he has wings right now. And then he throws me a changeup again that just isn't even close to me. And I'm like, all right, well, just lean into this one, don't move. And yeah, no, that was pretty crazy too. I was happy I got hit. There.
We love O2 bailouts.
Oh, absolutely.
Love O2
I love
bailouts.
free 90s, man.
Oh, here comes another K.
Love free 90s. Love free 90s. What's it like playing with Jose Altuve?
Oh, he's a great person, man. With all the crap he got this year and just how he kind of dealt with it, he was he's awesome. A great teammate. Really funny clubhouse guy. I was like a couple lockers down. I was pretty close to him and Correa, and even seeing Altuve get his 10-year anniversary this year. Yeah, he's a GOAT. Like he should be a Hall of Famer easily.
And what's crazy is somewhere down the line, there are going to be voters that are going to want to keep him out because of all the bullshit and all the everything with the scandal. There are literally going to be people that want to keep him out. I mean, look at Barry Bonds. They kept him out. Roger Clemens. I mean, we can go on and on, but Jose Altuve, you never hear a thing from him as far as frustration or bad mouthing the media or whatever it is. Like he's just a humble, genuine, kind soul. I mean, to even go a little bit further about him.
Yeah, no, he is this kind soul. I mean, even just watching those two, Correa and Altuve. I mean, Correa was always always telling us, hey man, like when you're struggling, like you got to stay strong, keep it cool. Don't let anyone know that you're frustrated. And Altuve and Correa do a really good job of that. But both of them are great dudes. Altuve, I mean, both of them are awesome.
Correa taking the heel.
That was awesome.
I mean, just inject that into my veins with the whole scandal thing and how he kind of took the lead of being the bad guy. I love it.
And those guys rake. Those guys hit the shit out of the ball all season. So it's like that scandal shouldn't affect them. But
hey, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Look at the numbers, baby.
Yeah, it's like
you either have it or you don't.
You have it or you don't.
Yeah.
Chaz, when you're here living the big league life, you're getting the big league checks. What food places we hitting up when you're in Houston?
I'm still trying to get around Houston. Like that city is ginormous. But we went to like Biggio's. When you go downtown, they have some cool places. I went to Biggio's and somewhere else. I forget what it's called, but I mean, I'm a huge, cheesesteak guy, obviously from Philly, but I'll have the chicken wings, and I know they have really good barbecue chicken in Houston, but I'm still trying to kind of know my way around.
We got a spot for you. We got actually, by the time this is aired, we'll have an ad. We'll have an ad deal with them. TEXADELPHIA, obviously, is their spin on Philly cheesesteaks. It's right there on I-10 and Memorial. We got to take you there when you get in town.
Yeah, no, totally.
I
even thought Truck Yard was good. You guys like right by the field, Truck Yard?
Oh yeah, right there. Yeah, in Edo. Yeah,
place is cool.
Yeah, the whole Edo area is pretty unique. You've got like your big areas of what, like Edo, Midtown, Heights. I would say Edo is probably one of the most unique out of those three, at least.
That's where I met your brother. I met him in Edo. We were at Kobo's before the World Series, and he came up to me. He was like, I think I spilled his beer. I don't really remember. It may have been a little sauce, but and he was like, "Hey,
allegedly,
allegedly." He's like, "I'm Ryan." I was like, "What's up, Ryan?" And he didn't say his name. And I was like, "Wait, are you Brian McCormick, like Chaz's brother? Because you guys look alike." And he goes, "Yeah." I was like, "He's like, I love all your shit, blah blah blah." I was like, "Oh, let me buy you a beer that I just spilled like all over you."
Yeah.
But yeah, it's awesome meeting your brother and be able to get this all lined up and stuff.
Yeah. No, you guys do a good job. So you guys are friends with CJ Hinojosa?
Yeah, he's my cousin.
Yeah, he's telling me about that. I was like, oh, I didn't even know those were your guys.
Yeah, they're he's my dude. I'm happy for him. He's in San Diego now.
No, he had a great AAA.
Yeah, he just the power. He had like 50 doubles and like 10 home runs. I'm like, dude, you dropped 10 tanks. You drop those doubles down to tanks. You're cooking.
Oh my god, he had so many doubles. I remember rehabbing AAA. The guy's just hitting líneas in left center, and I'm like, that's a double.
My last question. I want to be conscious of your time. We're wrapping up here, but when you're in spring training, are you a Bole guy? Or were you hitting Bole or Chipotle? Because we've had mixed reviews from everyone that's come on.
Yeah, I'm a Chipotle guy. No,
that's 2 for 2, man. Stanek's also a Chipotle guy.
And Corey
Lee. That's right. Yeah, Corey Lee was the one. Yeah.
Yeah, we crush some Bole when we're in West Palm, but
yeah,
I guess when I get Chipotle, kind of check.
One of the last things, Chaz, that I would like to ask you is, we're digging into some of these statistics of yours. I see that you spent 2 innings on the mound at Millersville.
I did. I actually came in to Millersville as a pitcher, so I was 85, 86 from the left side.
Crafty lefty.
Yeah, and pretty nasty changeup, curveball, but we had a really good pitching staff, and I couldn't really find the strike zone. So they kind of were like, "Hey, let's put a bat in your hand." And then I remember I hit a ground ball, and I got down the line really fast, and they're like, oh, "Okay, like maybe we should do that." And then just like never look back. But sophomore year, yeah, I did pitch 2 innings because we were crushing some team, and I think I walked like 5 hitters. I don't want to ever do this again.
Yeah, you walked 4, actually. Yeah, 4. Yeah.
So it was tough.
So you got recruited as a PO or dual?
I want to say it was just a PO.
Really? Yeah. I would have never thought that.
POs are athletes.
Oh, yeah. Who says POs aren't athletes?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I remember a coach was coming in high school. He just came to watch me pitch every time. So I was like coming in, and they came to Millersville. I was like, I guess I'm just pitching.
Are we anticipating Dusty coming pointing out in the center with a little left to you? Are we ready for that?
I was waiting all season, especially at the end of the year. I was like, But Robel Garcia got one time, and I was like, darn. And then I remember, I think it was it was at the end of the season. I was like, I remember Strami came up to me, or someone. He was like, "McCormick, get the arm loose."
He's like, yeah,
Get the arm
get
loose.
the wing. Get
I'm like,
hot. Get hot,
I'm
son.
throwing plyo balls in like the back of the. To get loose.
Bands make her dance. Jazzy's just getting the band going.
No idea what I'm doing, but let's go.
McCormick, get hot. We got the bands in the dugout. Get them going.
I know. I was like sitting on the bench, not paying attention. He just trying to say, "McCormick, get hot." I'm like, what?
Oh shit! Who? You talking to me?
Yeah. I was like,
Oh
me?
man. So are you like not secretly, but at any point where you see the score kind of get out of hand, you're already kind of anticipating like, Coach, come on.
Yeah.
I
I'm
got
like
the change up.
like trying to get Dusty to like look over. I'm like,
I got the wing loose, boys.
You're doing a 45. You're doing a 45 to Jason in the dugout. Hey, boys, sit down. I'm gonna get my 45.
Hey,
I gotta get spotted.
Hey, who wants to give me a little flatty right now? Can we get a flat
Yeah.
ground? Hey, Castro.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's great. That's
man,
good stuff, man.
Chaz, thanks for coming on,
Yeah,
brother,
man.
man. Hopefully we see you soon. We're gonna be in West Palm. Hopefully, when you guys are there, we're gonna do a content house. But just super thankful for you. We're gonna get you some shirts. We'll get connected.
It was fun.
Yeah, man. We got to get him a shirt made.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We do have a shirt.
No, I'm saying another one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was gonna say Chazzy Fizzle. Maybe we'll think of something. I don't know. Maybe we'll
Whatever you want, we'll do.
we'll get you we'll get your face on a shirt and say POs or athletes or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. We'll,
Or Daddy Hacks only.
or Daddy Hacks only. Yeah, or that one.
Yeah, or like McCormick, get hot. Kind of.
Yeah, dude. Just simple, just words. McCormick, get hot.
a silhouette of Dusty with his left arm up.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great, Chaz, man. Thanks for the time, dude. We appreciate it, man, and we'll be seeing you spring training. Once they get it figured out, and then definitely during the season.
Yeah, I hope I see you guys in spring training.
Yeah, I hope. Shit, I hope we'll be down there if they get it figured out. Hoping this week, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's gonna do it. Dez, before we get out of here, you got anything?
Nothing.
That's gonna do it again. Chaz, thank you for your time. That's Chaz McCormick, Astros outfielder. Looking forward to a solid 2022
Lefty
season.
specialist.
Get hot, McCormick. That's gonna
Are you ready?
get hot. That's gonna do it. For Beyond the Diamond podcast, follow us on Twitter at ApolloHOU. Peace.
Peace.